guys, and welcome to another episode of Boxed Thoughts. My name is Adil, and I'm so glad that you guys are here to join me on yet another episode. So today I have a pretty serious and deep one to be able to go through, a topic that is talked about a lot through media, but not so much within friend circles, and that is depression. Now, depression is a very serious topic when it comes to the mental health and the effects it has on a single individual every single day for someone who may be experiencing this. Now, again, I am not a qualified professional to be able to tell you what you should be doing. So if you do have severe symptoms, I would highly suggest seeking professional help through therapy or through online resources. But depression can be defined as a persistent feeling of sadness that makes you lose motivation or interest towards things and activities that you once really enjoyed doing. And it's something that is really difficult to overcome and takes a long time to be able to overcome it, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible, and there are plenty of treatment plans and prescription drugs available out there to be able to help you overcome this issue. Now, depression affects a lot of people. Within Australia, 1 in 7 people are affected or have experienced depression at least once in their lives, and that is a very large number when you really think about it. To put that into perspective, there is a population of 26.8 million people within Australia. Of that, 3.8 million of them have experienced depression at least once in their lives, which is an astounding number when you really come to think about it. Now, depression can feel like a dead end. It can feel like there's nothing that you can do, and any attempt to try and resolve it or fix it just brings you back to the same place and back to square one, where it's always in the back of your head thinking that nothing's ever going to change and this is how the rest of my life is. And it's a very challenging and daunting thought to think about every single day. But with the right kind of mindset or right motivation, it's something that you can overcome and climb over that wall and that mountain of depression. Now, again, it is a long process. It's not an overnight thing, and it's not something that can be resolved in a number of days. It's something that takes a lot of consistency and dedication to be able to break through it. And that's one of the things I wanted to be able to really pinpoint, is that to be able to overcome depression, you need to have a consistent amount of dedication, motivation, and effort to be able to overcome the issue. At times you can do one thing one day and you can feel really, really good, and you can feel like this whole issue has gone away and this is the best day of my life and I feel like I'm finally starting to get better. But then 24 hours later or the next day, you are right back to square one, where you're thinking there's nothing that can be done anymore and nothing has changed. But if you keep pushing yourself and you keep going through the steps that you need to go through and you take it day by day, slowly but surely you will be able to overcome this challenge and be able to look back and see how far you've come. But the only way to be able to do that is to just keep pushing yourself and take it day by day. One of the best advices that I can provide is to talk about it. Either to yourself in a mirror or put your words down onto pages in a book, or talk to a therapist to voice your concerns and voice your emotions so that you can get a different perspective on what's happening and what you can do to help yourself. But if you don't talk about it, if you don't get someone to help you out, there's nothing that no one else is able to help you, because if you don't tell someone what's wrong, they are not able to help you or offer you any kind of advice. Now, talking to people can either be friends, family members, or therapists, but there are also online resources that I would suggest as well that you can use if talking to someone in person is something that you're not quite ready to be able to go ahead and do. I know that Are You Okay, Beyond Blue, and Headspace are 3 Australian websites that you can visit where they have anonymous live chats that you can use. You can video call someone and also get them to call you and have a private session with them to talk about what's going on. So if that is something that is a lot better for you, then I would highly suggest looking into those avenues as well. Another thing that I would suggest is shifting your focus to things that you enjoy. Whilst it is hard to go back and do things that you once enjoyed, it is something that I would still suggest forcing yourself to go and do. But it doesn't have to be the full thing. It can be just a small step in that direction. But another thing that I have found is very, very useful is setting yourself small goals every single day to be able to build up some motivation towards yourself. Because when you're in that mindset of depression, you're always thinking that nothing can ever happen, nothing can ever be done, and this is just how the rest of your life will be, and I have no motivation to do anything about it. As mentioned in my first episode, nothing happens if nothing happens. So if you sit around all day thinking that this is the rest of my life and I'm just going to accept it, then of course nothing is going to change and nothing is going to happen next. But if you get up every day and you set small goals to yourself and you try doing something, then something will happen. And setting small goals, it can be something like, today I'm going to go for a walk around the block, or I'm going to write down 1 page in my journal, or I'm going to clean up my room so that there's less cluster around my room or around myself. Just taking small steps will then help you build up that motivation, because when you complete that one small goal, you'll have the courage to go ahead and take it a step further. Because at that point, your mindset is now like, well, if I can do this, then I can, maybe tomorrow I can take it further. Tomorrow I can do this instead. So it could be day 1, I'm going to write 1 paragraph in my journal. Tomorrow it could be, I'm going to write 1 page in my journal. Day after, I'm going to write 2 pages or 1.5 pages, or I'm going to go for a 2-kilometer walk instead of just around the block. And you can just take it that little step further every single day. And slowly but surely, you will start going towards the path where you want to go. But none of that happens until you take the first step. And more importantly, when you keep taking steps. If you do really well one day and then the next day you're just, I'm too tired, I don't feel like doing anything, then nothing's going to change. Nothing's going to happen. You're going to be back to square one, and you're going to be trying to push yourself to get back to that path again. And it may take some more time to build up that motivation. But if you start and you keep going, you'll be able to keep marching forward and build up that motivation to keep doing things for yourself.